Hi, this is Greg. Today I'm having a look at a problem that I've found recently in Wirecast. While browsing the forums, I saw a number of people were complaining about problems at the very start of a stream. And I saw something unusual when I was doing some testing recently, and I thought, I wonder if those are related. It was claimed in the forum that the problem was related to some Adobe RTMP libraries. But in this case, I'm actually doing a local recording to disk, so we shouldn't be using those libraries. But what is interesting is that I'm getting dropped frames every time. I wonder if those dropped frames are caused by a bug in Wirecast, and when they're passed through in that format to the Adobe library, that's what's causing problems with people at the start of their streams. Anyway, let's investigate and have a look at the problem. So before doing anything, I've created a folder on the desktop called test, and I'm going to start right now with an empty document. I've already done reset preferences a while ago, not today, but actually I might do it now just to save any problems. So we'll go to the send support information, we'll close Wirecast, reset preferences. It is already closed. Let's try that again. Preferences have been reset. So right now, Wirecast is in a clean state. There's nothing that should prevent this from working. So we've got our empty document. Output settings. I'm going to record to movie files because I'm running on a Mac. I'm going to browse to my desktop and go into this newly created test folder, and we'll call it mystream.mov. And we're ready to go. Now this is a really simple test. I don't even have to send any new content. I'll just use this live broadcast area for the sake of keeping it very, very simple. Press the record button and we've got 4 dropped frames. Now, I tested this before without doing the screen recording, and I was getting the same kind of symptoms and the same kind of a problem. There we go again, starting again, and we've got 3 dropped frames at the beginning of the recording. I do it again, we've got 2 dropped frames. And again, 2 dropped frames. Now let's investigate a little bit further and see if we can work out what it is that's causing this problem. So I'll remove that one. Remove. And we'll do MP4 and we'll see if that's any better. Desktop in the test folder. So far, when recording to MP4 locally, there are no dropped frames at the start of every single session. Now here's my question. I don't know the internals of Wirecast well enough to provide the answer to this question, but is it possible that the data stream that is sending to MOV is the input to the Adobe library and therefore the RTMP output? And is it possible that those drop frames that happen every time might be causing these problems when you start up some RTMP streaming to your content delivery network? I don't know the answer to that. I don't have the internal architecture of Wirecast available, but it seems like it would be possible. So right now I can tell the MP4 option looks clean as a whistle. We'll go over here and we'll delete that MP4 again. And we'll go back to recording to movie. And again, I'll just put it inside that folder. Now I'll try 480p instead of 720p and see if that makes any difference. No, we've still got dropped frames. Still got dropped frames. And again, we have dropped frames. So let's try one more thing out of interest. If I go back to MP4, and I'll see if I can use ProRes. Oops, not YouTube. MP4. No, it won't let me set that as a encoding type. So at face value, it looks like the ProRes output has a problem recording to disk. Don't know how or why. Wonder if I can go here, new preset. Let's try, actually, let's close that. I won't bother doing that. I'm going to go 1080p 30. Have I got 1080p 60? Let's try that. Video display rate is less than the encoder. You may have dropped or duplicated frames. Video display rate should be greater than or equal to. So we'll do that now. No dropped frames at 60 frames per second on an MP4. No dropped frames. That's about as high as I can crank that up. So this just appears to be an Apple ProRes bug that only relates to recording to MOV files. So with the ProRes, let's see if we can change it to the least quality. I'll save that one for a minute. And we'll do that. And we've already got 10 dropped frames there, so output settings. I'll turn that off. We'll come back up here. Let's try this. We'll delete that one. We'll try and simplify the work it's got to do as much as we can. Okay. And we've still got dropped frames, even with the simplest setting possible. So there's the bug. I don't know if this is related to other problems, but there's definitely a problem at the start of every single stream if you're, or not stream, every single recording if you're recording to disk using Apple ProRes. Anyway, that's all for now. See you next time. Bye-bye.